Hello everyone.
Welcome to our little launch webinar. Can everyone hear me okay? Just get a thumbs up from Mora. Yes. Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good. So I'll just do a quick introduction and then we'll get right into the fun of things, which is the new version of Fynd CORE. My name is Kristine. I'm the CTO of Fynd Reality. And with me, I have Bjørne.
I am Bjørne, and I work at Fynd as the consultant in the creative fields. By the way, we are split screen here today, but we're in the same room actually. So I think if we high five, you can see it. Yeah.
Very nice. Just a few practicalities first. You have access to the chat, as some of you have already seen. Please feel free to add questions, comments, anything you think about during the webinar, and I will make sure that everything is answered as far as I can. And we'll keep this demo quite short, just so in case you have other things to do on a busy morning. So we'll keep going for 30 minutes with a demo and walkthrough of everything, and then we'll have 15 minutes for questions afterwards. So that the question part's optional, of course, up to you guys. And please feel free to ask questions, and let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's have some fun. I will be sharing my screen in a little bit, showing you what is going on in CORE. Before I jump in, Kristine, what is Fynd CORE?
Ooh, good question. Fynd CORE is a collaboration platform. It's a multiplayer platform for any device, PC, tablet, mobile phones, VR glasses, and some AR glasses as well. The platform is made with our vision in mind, which is to accelerate learning and increase productivity. So that's what we try to do.
Yeah. Should I jump in based on that?
Yeah, please do.
Very good. Okay.
Let's show, not tell.
Yeah, let's show, not tell. Okay, so I will be sharing my screen here now. Do you see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Very good. Right now I just opened the Windows PC desktop version of Fynd CORE. I'm going to log in. Today's demo, I will be showing you from the Windows version because then I can show you with a very stable and accurate camera. You could also do this with the tablet. So you see I have a little tablet here right now that will be in the same environment that you will be in a moment. Of course, virtual reality. So for those of you who know, these are the usual suspects: standalone headsets, Pico, Quest, any headset that is connected to a computer through Steam VR. and without further ado, I will join in. So right now I could join with the PIN code, but I am an admin, so I will log in with my user credentials. So I will press go to user login.
That's a new feature, isn't it?
Yes, it is a new feature, at least having it handled as it is right now, because usually I would now have to write in my password and stuff, but I'm saved there because we are now seamlessly integrated with
Microsoft Entra ID, so you can use whatever login you feel comfortable using.
Yeah. So I will then choose my content here. And you can now see that I've jumped into Fynd CORE. This is one of the new features I want to talk to you about. If some of you have been using Fynd CORE before, you know that we used to have quite an empty environment, but now we have something a bit more friendly, a home environment for when people come in for the first time. And you can also see that I have a guide here. It says, welcome to Fynd CORE. I won't go through the whole thing, but when new users are using Fynd CORE, they will now get this very helpful guide. If I press next here now, I will be told how to move around in the environment, which is with my keyboard keys, WASD to go back and forth and to the side. Also arrow keys to turn around on my keyboard if I want. Yeah, it basically tells me how I can control my camera in CORE. If I just move forward, I will go slow. If I press control, I will go fast, etc. There are a few controllers. There's a few controls here that you need to learn, but this will go seamlessly through it. It will also show you how to use all the other functions. So how to change environments, how to get in objects, how to join online sessions. And it's a very helpful guide for new players. I think this is perhaps enough for now. I think people will get the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will show you now. It will show me other things on the UI here. But for now, I will turn this off. If you turn this off, there's still a nice help section with clickable guides that you can access. So never fear, the guides are never far away. And that's what I want to say about them. Very friendly way to get into CORE for new users. Right now, I am in the lobby environment, which you will be guided around a little bit when you are using it for the first time and getting the guides. It's a nice lounge, so it's a nice place for you to relax and maybe have some meetings. Like any other Fynd CORE environment, this can be set up with objects. So if you don't want to use this living room, for example, we can go up the stairs here. Let me turn on some sensitivity settings for my movement and look so I can move around more smoothly. Ah, there you go. And, you know, here, for example, we have this nice empty room. You can put up tables or banners or do anything you want with this. I will show you some of that later. This environment has some interactives, interactionable. So I'm now turning these levers and I open this up so I can get a bit more sun. And we have lovely weather in CORE today, which does not need to be the case, by the way, if you want to be in a snowstorm. We can provide. I have some other interactables here that you can play around with. In VR, you will control these levers, etc., with your own hands. Here, I'm now using my mouse to turn off the light on the logo. On this other lever will allow me to control colors, etc. So it's a nice, charming CORE location for you to sort out. Here, so we have some flags.
And all of these interactions are set up using only Fynd CORE functionality. And that means that when we move on to the next environment, we can show you how you can use these things for something a bit more productive, maybe.
Absolutely.
This is the fun part for showing how it works.
Yep.
And for the next one, we will show you how it can be used for something really, really interesting.
Really, really interesting. That's true. Before I jump and show the new features, which we'll be talking about and maybe do in another environment after a little bit, I will make sure that I'm on an online section, because right now in an online session. Right now I'm local, and I have set up a session for today's webinar. And I should, after I set this up, be joined by one or several friendly faces. Hello, Jonas is joining us from the office. He is in VR, so this is how you can see other players in Core. And we can interact with the same objects, play with the same scenarios, etc., move around. There can be a bunch of us. So I am now on a PC. Jonas is here in a VR headset. We can, of course, speak to each other. I can, for example, pull in a 3D object, and I can give this to. I can give this to. I can put this into the world, and then he can manipulate. So if I give him a fire extinguisher here, then he should be able to pick it up. If this will also allow me to show you one of the new features. If I put up, if I put up, let's say I put up a little fire here. We have an accident. Our fireplace has gone a bit out of hand, for example. And then it would be good if Jonas could use this to put out the fire. To make that reality, I can convert this to a snap zone. And now he will have to put it in that place in order to extinguish the flame. So he will now see that, and he will put it there, and it will go in the correct place. There you go. He now knows how to place this, and play this. And I can connect this to a scenario in the scenario builder, which is how we make most of our training. I will go a bit more into snap zones and other features when we change environment. So let me do that. I will open our wonderful tool, the scenario builder here. This is a tool that we're very proud of. It allows our users to be self-authoring and making their own training scenarios. I will load one I've already made.
So you can save these to your computer.
Yeah.
They can also be integrated into your subscription if you want them to be always available. But you can also customize them, create new ones, build on them, and make your own library of content.
Yeah. So here, both Jonas and I should be seeing this new environment right now. This is a client use case that we are proud to show you all today. And I've already built a bit of a scenario here. So this is a container for additive manufacture. Basically, it's a container that you can set up on any location, and it has a 3D printer. So if you're offshore on an oil rig and your machinery is broken, instead of having someone fly in parts on a helicopter, you can print your own parts to fix the machinery on site. Of course, there's a lot of setup here. One of the things that's important is safety. So if I press I have before you start, it says this welcome to this virtual reality training module, etc., etc. I'm not going to read this. It's a step-by-step guide. If I now press continue, we will move up, and we will be able to look at the container from a bird's eye view. This is one of the new very cool features that I want to talk about today. We used to have these things we called relocation zones before in Core. Now they are integrated in the scenario builder. So when I create the scenario here, I can, every time I set up a new situation, I can ask it to keep the current position, or I can ask it to move to a position that I've already set up. So here I've set up a position I call the bird eye view, which is this icon here. And this meant that when I'm playing the scenario, I will then force the players to go here so they can see and experience exactly what I want them to experience. So it's a very good way of controlling the narrative of the educational experience. So that's a very good thing. Right now, it just says that you need to inspect the surroundings. You need the 10x10 meters square around the center of the container for it to be safe. Next, this is an example of a zone which is not safe. There's a lot of stuff in the zone here which will get broken by hydraulics and stuff like that, so that's bad. This is an example of a zone that's safe. As you can see, you have a couple of cars there. There are containers there still, but now they're they're outside of the zone, which is now green. These are all 3D objects that I can put out from my gallery, where I put out the fire extinguisher and stuff from earlier. So you can build your own 3D world with these 3D objects and then control the narrative with the scenario builder. So that's very neat stuff. Right after that, the scenario takes us down, and then we get a few tasks. Right now, it says lift the turpentine, clear away the tarp on the right-hand side of the container. Right now, you see this has a highlight. That is a visual cue that I have put on in order to help myself, and players can choose if this is on or not. I can turn it off here. Anyway, I can lift the tarp, and then we should go to the next step.
As you can see, the logo on the container here, that's Field Made. They are a Norwegian company, situated in Oslo. They create these mobile additive manufacturing units.
Yeah, the incredible technology and such a cool thing to take part of. Now we get to a new feature I want to talk to you about today, and that is the action group node. So right now I lifted the turpentine in the scenario builder where you build your own scenarios. That is set up as something we called an action node, which I have here. I have the instructions, lift the turpentine. I have some more instructions. Then I select the object, which is the turpentine, and then it needs to be lifted or rotated technically up to this angle that I set here. So that's one action. In an action group node, I have several actions. You might have seen it in the start video. And then I was going through an action where I had to get my water, find a clean cup, and make coffee for Kristine.
Thank you.
I hope it was tasty. Here, you need to release some locks. Release main lock, release the latch on the right and left. Jonas, do you hear us? Can you try to do this one? Thank you, because he sees the same instructions that I do. So
while he's doing that, I can just quickly explain that. So this action node that we've set up, it creates a momentum in the training scenario. So when you do one thing, you move forward, and then you get the next task. With this group action node, you're able to create a lot of different actions that has to be done, but they don't have to be done in the correct order, which means it doesn't matter if he does one thing first and then the next, or so long as he does all the tasks, that's good enough. And as you can see, the highlights, so Jonas is with us. He's never done this before, which means that he doesn't know where, for example, these different latches are. So he needs the highlights to be able to do the task for the first time. However, once he has done this a few times, he should be proficient enough that we can turn them off and do a test run instead. Then he would not have any guides. He would only be told what to do or remember what to do. And then he will go through everything as a test.
Yeah. As you can see there, he is getting the instructions. And once you have done these things a few times, you have all the interactions here. So you will remember them very vividly after going through it once or twice.
That's the great part with training in VR.
Yeah.
When these latches are on the bottom of the container, you have to actually reach down. You have
Yeah.
to be on your hands and knees, just like you would in reality, and you will remember it because your body will remember what it did.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jonas, for joining us. I will take over the scenario from here. So let's wave to Jonas, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with there. It was great seeing you in VR. So I'll talk to you later. And then I will continue a little bit. So now I have another security part. I've now been working in this area, or Jonas has been working in this area. Next, we want to get away from here. And because it's dangerous to be under here when we turn out with the hydraulics. We'll get told to open some doors. I can turn off the highlights. Anyway, next we need to open some doors. I can do that like this. Next, I need to take out our tools. So there's a power cable. I select this, put it there. Then I take out the remote control. Also, I have a grounding cable and earth rod here, because we wouldn't want to get the shock, now would we? Next, I need to connect the power to a power generator and to the container. So I do it like this. I have interactions going on here, which is an animation, of course, which is set up here. I want to say that, of course, you can do so and so many things with the scenario builder, but right now there was access to an animation, and actually there is so much you can do with the scenario builder. But if you're a partner and you have some game development experience, there is actually more you can do.
So maybe if you open the scenario builder full screen for me.
Yeah.
You can go to the bottom perhaps and see if you can, let's see if we can add a new node just to see how all the different nodes look.
As you see, I've been making.
You've been creating.
Yes, nothing.
Perfect.
Yes.
So all of these nodes that you see now, they constitute the entire scenario for training for this container, and Bjørne has created all of them without programming, only using these nodes. And if you zoom in nicely,
more. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect. So as you can see, there are different nodes, and some of these are completely new. Some of them we've had for a while, but the situation is everything that you see in the scene. And then you have different options. So you can create quizzes. You can create choices for the students or the trainees. You can set up text for them. Of course, you have the action and the action group that we showed you. And you can also choose to go to a different node within the same node tree, which means that if someone does something wrong, or they make a wrong choice or a not so optimal choice, you can send them back up into the node tree. And with only these nodes, he has created the entire training for the container. So this is quite a powerful tool. And these nodes are what we have focused mostly on creating for our partners. But if these are not enough, and if we have a partner like FieldMate who have 3D modeling capacity themselves and who have specialist knowledge and can use Unity game engine, for example, we have the opportunity to give them pre-made, preset Unity scene files. And they can do anything that Unity can do within this system and still use Fynd CORE for their needs.
Exactly. One example is if you remember the video we has played at the start. I'm 3D modeled an empty coffee cup and a full one. And one of our developers, thank you, Maria, kindly put it into Core for me. So this could be facilitated.
Perfect.
So there is what you see here, but it's not limited to this by a long shot.
There are also some new extended settings in this version, because of course, whenever we work with developers, they always want to add the functionality that they're used to. So for our advanced users, you can now change the movement speed, like you saw Bjørne do.
Let me demonstrate. So
if you think that it goes too fast, you can slow it down, or you can make it really fast, and then you really have to. Yeah, that's too fast for me. You can also change the sound settings. We have a lot of functionality now for changing the background noise, for example, sound from animations, and different kind of background noise, as well as the chat volume and the master volume.
Yeah.
The interface settings.
Yeah.
You check that.
The interface. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
So you can now also do some specialist stuff when you want to maybe create a movie, do a screen grab. You can change or choose whether or not to show the name tags of the users, the avatars. You can change the fade of the avatars, and you can do different advanced options. So these are very nice to know about. They make it easier to create scenarios for your users and use Fynd CORE for different purposes.
Yeah.
Good.
Very good. Speaking of avatars, that's got a little overhaul as well. I'm very excited about it. So I am now a robot.
Yeah, the robots. We'll keep the robot because it's very cute and very.
We'll always keep the robot.
Nice and gender neutral.
Yeah, now we have the gender neutral robots. Also, then we have feminine and masculine avatars. Smoke diver could be a person in there or a robot. If I go to the other avatars, you see I can now change outfits. I can now go to color palette, and she can be. I can change the skin tone. I can change the hair color. Give her nice yellow shirt. And then I can go here and I can decide that not only does she have a nice yellow shirt, she's also working for the police. The shirt collar is still under there, etc. And
that's great.
Of course, now we have this, but like there's a bit of mix and match for these now, so it's a more user-friendly system than what we had before.
Yeah. So maybe if you want to show them how to download this.
Yes.
Because it is available from our website.
Yep.
For Windows and for APK, for Quest and for Pico.
Yeah. So right now I've gone to www.fyndreality.com. There's a download site here somewhere, but if you want to try Core and you haven't before, or even if you had before, you can get the free demo here. So you go to the website, you press this Get Your Free Demo button, and then you can try all and every functionality in Fynd CORE for 2 weeks. No strings attached. And we'd really like you to use this link and get your and we'd like to hear some feedback. If you have questions, the homepage is very, very helpful on what to do. Of course, some of our objects, like the wonderful content for FieldBait, is something that not everyone will have access to, but there should be a lot of environments and interesting objects for you to play with. There are also sample scenarios from everything to fire and rescue to cybersecurity. And so it would be really lovely if you try this, downloaded it, and if you go away just with experience, that's fine too. But if you let us know what you think, that would be even better.
That's the best.
Yeah.
So I'm posting now in the chat just a link to our a bit more information about what we've gone through today.
Yep.
So you can take a look at that. There's also a lot of other articles there with some great information. And since we've used our time, I think maybe we should see if there are any questions.
Yeah. Are there any questions?
I know that we have a lot of questions that come from different friends of ours. One of them is always, when will we put Fynd CORE on the Quest store? And I can happily announce that we will do that as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Now that we have the new version, we will hopefully within the next few weeks put it on the Quest store. And after that, also the App Store for mobile, maybe, or Play Store at least, and then maybe the App Store if they allow us.
Yeah.
They're always fun to work with.
So that's for all you users out there, and also your partners. It's just an easier, more seamless way to get the experience straight from the headset, basically. So that's for you out there. That's for you, Lynn.
Yeah, that makes it a bit easier. Yeah, so that's the next step for us. And of course, we always get the question of whether or not we can connect this to a learning management system, an LMS, like Moodle, for example. And that's really great that we can actually send all information. So we don't have our own. We create we only send the information. So we are able to connect to any kind of learning management systems. I see I have some question in the chat. What about performance limit for 3D models? That's always a good question. And it's how long is an elastic band?
True, right? So I think that it depends a little bit about your use case, there, questioner, because if you use the hardware, if you use a standalone Quest 3 or Pico glasses, then they'll have recommended amount of tries or polygons on the screen, etc. When I use Core personally, I usually do PC VR from a very powerful gaming PC, and I've personally had a test where I put in, I don't know how many Lego blocks it was, but it was ridiculous, and it worked fine on a powerful system.
Would you like to give a limit for for one model in?
So I think maybe we could do two. Maybe we could do an environment versus an object.
Perfect.
Because I think that objects can be in the thousands and 10,000s if they're intricate.
Actually, if you take a look behind us on the screen, you can see that there's a forest. And that's been 3D modeled as an environment with I don't know how many trees. It's very, very large.
It's in the hundreds and probably the thousands. I'm sharing my screen again now, so I'll put up a couple of objects.
But as long as we work well with loading LODs, the size itself doesn't really matter. Performance will only cut when you start to really populate the scene.
Really clutter it, So it's it's turning into less and less of an issue. Of course, it's always true and tested. If you have a CAD's model in the millions of triangles, then we'd like to get the chance to optimize it before we put it in. But if not,
it's always nice. But if you optimize well and you create LODs and make sure that everything is loaded in the correct way, we have at least not encountered huge issues with the 3D models that we've made, and some of them are very intricate.
If you see this one, for example, it's not every element is that high poly per se, but this truck has a lot of elements. So I can imagine that we're in the 40s or 50s, maybe, of thousands of polygons to try. So here, this coffee cup has a lot more than should frankly be needed. I think I've 4,000 or so.
I have another question. Is it possible to see these new features with a demo you offer on your website? Yes. So all of these features are a part of the new version on the website. So you can create scenarios using the 3D models that are available there. I don't know if the fun stuff category is available on the demo. I hope so.
I hope so too. There's a rubber duck.
Because there's a rubber duck there, and it quacks when you grab it.
You can get snow.
Yeah. Yeah, there you have it. You can create snow.
Yeah.
So you should be able to do all the things that we've done today, but not with the field made container, of course, but with your own
with the other
with the
environment.
3D models that are already there.
There's so many nice environments you can go to. So it's let's go to the forest. Actually, I'll get the forest up.
It's a forest from Telemark.
Yeah.
Oh, with the bird.
With the bird sounds. Here I'm going to show you our amazing sound editing abilities, because the sound is nice, but come on, it's a bit much for the webinar.
Yeah. So I'll answer the next question. You mentioned about Unity predefined scenes, how this can help for the developers. So that's the next step for us and for our partners. So if you are interested in using your own 3D models, your own scenes, with your own rules and everything, we can make available a Unity scene file for you. That is already sort of predefined for Fynd CORE, and you can test on your own computer your own 3D models and your own setup. So that's a great feature that we will make this template available on our website within as soon as possible. But until it's available, if you want to shoot us an email, we can make sure you get it directly.
Yeah, please do this, by the way. Like it's one of the things that I'm into right now as well. But we need input from you guys. We need interested people who want to utilize the Unity template and get into the nitty-gritty of more complex content creation. So don't be shy.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah, as you can see, this is if you move up, they can see how large this environment actually is.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And as you can see, the LODs in the background start to cut out some of the 3D features. But all the trees are modeled. Everything is here. It's even snowing.
Yes, that's still there.
So in terms of how much 3D content or how large or the performance issues, this is running now just on a computer. It is a normal end laptop. I can run it on my laptop. That's a very bad laptop. So it shouldn't really, it shouldn't be a problem. So the next question, it's like an exporting the scene to use it into Core. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And there are some other tools as well. We have the functionality of visual scripting, which means when you can't, or when you need more than what the scenario builder can give you, you are able to use visual scripting within Core. So you can use all the functionalities of the Fynd CORE platform system, but add your own rules and rule-based systems. So that's also an advanced feature for the people with the more advanced needs and some more intermediate development skills.
There is that's kind of uncharted territory, but that also makes it exciting. So there's a lot of basic Unity features that you don't have access to in Core directly that you can use through those tools, the visual scripting and everything. Like, for example, on the field made, putting playing animations, pre-made animations, for example, is something you'll be able to do. And then the world is your oyster. Like, I won't make any promises here, but splines, there's splines.
Yeah. So the functionalities that we offer are quite diverse, but they are created for the users who don't make things in Unity themselves. Sort of the scenario builder system is created for making it easy for people to use these kinds of technologies. As you can see, Bjørne is just creating using the things that we already have. He's making things smaller, bigger, changing the size, direction, everything very easily to create a new scene. But it's only made with his favorite template, which is the basic rocks.
Basic rocks.
So it's also worth noting that why you should be using this system rather than just using Unity with Photon, for example, because you can create your own stuff. If you know Unity and you're a good game developer yourself, that's also possible. The thing is, this is built in Norway. It's built here on location, everything. So even the network synchronization is built in Norway. So we have full control over it. There's no data going anywhere in the world that we don't control. And in these times, I think that, at least for a lot of customers, that's something that's nice to know.
Yeah.
And of course, having control over your data, knowing where it is, knowing where it was made, it's getting more and more important. So
and it's easy to use. So the tools I'm using right now, you don't need to be a 3D modeler or a level designer or programmer to make this. You need to get the feel for the controls. You need to know how to duplicate the rock, and easy click. So you can start building very fast. Like now I have a little mountain, and if I have 30 minutes, I can rescue a goat from the top or something like that very easily. So
yeah, you can create a nice little garden.
Yeah, it's if you I don't know if you've seen my my desktop background. It's a nice little garden I made out of a concrete
wall. We can only see the website.
You can only see the website. Okay. Well, you see the behind me there. There's a forest. There's some reindeer if you go close. Let me share again because.
Great.
Yeah.
I think that's. Oh yeah, there it is.
There
Very
it is.
nice.
It's my core garden.
Oh.
With a waterfall.
Yeah, that's a little Zen garden.
Yeah.
With the snow and everything. Perfect.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we are. Do you have a version for Mac user is a question. Yeah, we did have a user or a Mac version, so we will create a new version for Mac as well. Hopefully we'll also have it in the app store, as I mentioned. We're still working on it, but yeah, now that we have the new version, we can make sure it happens on the Mac as well. The only issue with Mac is, of course, that you can't really connect VR glasses. So it would have to be a version that is only for the desktop or the 2D. Showing 3D within the system, but that's definitely in the plan for us.
Yeah. Very good.
Great. Any other questions? You still have a half a minute to
half a minute.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add in the last seconds?
Well, there's a little summary. We have a great new version now. It's turning into quite a sophisticated tool, but still very easy to use. And we play with it in-house here, but it is now also available for download. So please, I encourage you all to download it and play with it. I guess that's it.
Very nice. Like and share. Yeah, take a look at the links that Ola just pasted. So if you want to contact us or try Fynd CORE, it's all on the website.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.